What they should do is take a note, go to Lowe's, buy an apple tree and plant it in the front yard, because that's the emotional tick. You've got to understand, particularly in consequential purchases, it is 95 to at least 95% emotion. In real estate, financial assets, securities, there's a two-step process. Our primitive brain, our feeling brain loves looking at houses, loves anticipating what we're going to do with it. All of that, it's an amazing experience. But then you go to closure and it's different. That's all right brain stuff. That's all analytical. That's our thinking brain. And we don't like being over there.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Ted McLyman, who is a serial entrepreneur. He's the co-founder and vice president of DreamSmart Behavioral Solutions. They give a behavioral approach to real estate. So we're going to talk a lot about that and, behavior around money. He's also the author of Confessions of a Reformed Financial Advisor, all about better choices through behavior again. So we have a lot of really interesting stuff to talk about. Thanks for being here, Ted.
It is a pleasure to be here.
Well, tell everyone about your background. You have a very interesting background. You've done a lot, and now, kind of what led you into DreamSmart.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on my 3.5 career right now, and my wife keeps track on a big binder and wonders when I'm going to do something really important. Came out of college, upstate New York, got tired of snow and dark. I took a commission to the Marine Corps primarily to see the world and get some money for graduate school. They had the foresight to send me to Hawaii, where I was introduced to sunglasses, sunscreen, obscenely high real estate prices. From there, I thought I was going to get out of the Marine Corps. They offered me graduate school, ended up teaching economics at the Naval Academy. And there I was introduced to the concept of really smart people doing really dumb things with money. The students were brilliant. They aced it in the classroom, but they were failing in life. And the Secretary of the Navy came back and asked us to start work with it. And I was amazed at all the solutions were reactive, not proactive. Ended up as an aide to the Secretary of the Navy for financial management, worked with a political class on money issues. I won't even go there. Retired, became a financial advisor, and I did the traditional thing. I did what they told me. I was really good at it, got very disenchanted because I realized very quickly that my job was to help manage behavior, not money. And nobody wanted to do that. So I started my own firm, Apex Behavioral Financial Group, and we took a behavioral approach. Clients loved it. It was very successful. Sold that, met Jeff Morris, a kindred spirit, on LinkedIn, and we started talking like we're doing now, and we said, we got something here. I work on money behavior, he works on natural behavior, and that's what we're doing at DreamSmart. We're really focusing on college kids, particularly Division I athletes that are just doing obscene things with money right now because they don't know any better, and the system is not teaching them or holding their hand. And I had clients that were former professional athletes that when they got injured or something happened to their life, it just blew up, because their income source dropped. They got into asset classes they didn't understand, particularly real estate. Just because you're a great quarterback doesn't mean you could run an apartment building. And I'll just leave it at that. And what I'm doing now is I'm really talking about the book. I wrote it in January, published in August because I got bored, but I wanted to get the message out to an entire generation, younger people that don't like to talk about this, but they need to. And I don't talk about money. I talk about money behavior because how we behave with money is more important than what we know.
Absolutely. And I think this really ties into the real estate industry, the investor community, people kind of going out on their own, maybe going from their W-2 jobs, coming into something different.
Yeah.
What are some of the fundamental money behavioral methods that you teach?
Well, the first thing is a real estate investor.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Is turn off reality TV. Okay. I read a paper that one of the reasons everybody went to Agreeable Gray and Stainless Steel Kitchens is because of do-over flipper
Yeah.
shows, and it had an incredible impact. The first thing I would say about real estate investing in the whole thing, it's an asset class like anything else, and it has to be looked at the same way. But because real estate by its nature is high cost, there's a long sales cycle, there's a lot going on. You are invested emotionally, you're invested financially, and we never talk about the behavioral piece. I can't tell you the number of people that I've worked with as a financial advisor that wanted to come in and drain an account or move things around to get into something I knew very well they had no business doing. However, I had other clients that were prepared to go fix it. Okay. So I had subcontractors and contractors and plumbers and electricians. So when Dr. So-and-so took the house down to the studs and didn't know how to put it back together, I had the team for him.
That's amazing. Yeah. So then you helped people kind of have a better relationship with money. Is that kind of what you
Yeah,
focused on?
here's the premise, and it's in the book. There are three things that conspire against us when we try to choose and spend. Number one is our biology. Humans are wired to stay alive, chase opportunities, and pass on our genes. Everything else is secondary. And we've been doing this for eons. So we've got a brain that is wired to do that. When you're in a situation in milliseconds, I call it your feeling brain, your primitive brain takes over and is making emotional decisions. And that's who we are as humans. Money's only been around for about 3,000 or 4,000 years. We were on the barter system forever. And let me give you a quick story. If we were still on the barter system and you wanted to go get a cup of coffee, go out back and grab one of your prized chickens and take it in and try to make change. I mean, think about it. That's tough. And it's really messy and the chicken hates it. So we have to understand that modern money and fintech and our economy is nothing more than a way to facilitate exchange. But our human behavior is the underlying factor in all of it. The formula that I use for success with money is time, money, rate of return over behavior. Nobody's talking about the behavior piece.
Absolutely. I mean, I haven't really heard anyone dive deep into it. So that's interesting that it's kind of wired with our biology. Are there maybe like social elements that we also learn along the way?
Oh, yeah. It even gets better because it says there are three things. So biology is number one, and we're always going to be human and do human things with money. And if you're on the retail side of real estate, you know that. You put people in the back of your car, you drop them someplace, they tell you this is exactly what they wanted, and you get in and whoa, it's a whole different experience. Okay, the next thing you need to understand is our values, beliefs, and culture are incredible drivers. Values is nothing more than answering the question, what's important about money to me? And it's usually much deeper than just a new car, new house. It's what makes you who you are. It's the guiding principle. Most of your behavior with money and your relationship with money is well established by mid-adolescence, middle school, and your parents have a significant impact, but it's your peer group. So the peer group you hung around with in middle school, how you dressed, what you thought was important is still with you. And then after that, it's culture. Culture is probably the most significant driver of anything I think of, and it's amplified by technology. And that's the third element, tech. We have the capability right now to be exposed to asset classes, tools, techniques, and famous people all over the place that are doing amazing things that 5 years ago we wouldn't even know they existed. The problem is this little window to the world. Our brain has trouble differentiating what's going on, the context. And if you take like a home improvement show, and in 30 minutes, they take a house, they buy the house, demo the house, build the house, have a little bit of drama, and then have an opening in 30 minutes. And you go, my gosh, I can do that. Well, maybe. And I'll just leave it at that. So that's a huge thing. So those are the things that conspire against all of us every time we spend. What I tell people is, if you've ever been to the grocery store to buy milk and bread, and you go in, go around the entire store, spend a small fortune, get home and found out you didn't get the milk and bread, you're human.
Yeah.
It's not that milk and bread, but if you do that with a major piece of real estate or something like that, it's devastating.
Absolutely. And I know that you also, beyond just the investing end of it, the sales end of it is a big part of, behavior and, how sales are emotional.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, we're all in the same industry. A financial advisor does the same thing as a realtor. We just got different stuff, but the process is pretty much the same. I was originally trained on script. I mean, there's nothing more artificial and regimented than learning a script. I was always taught to sell the shiny, the feature. We never got really deep. And what I found after I got into it, that didn't work. And particularly real estate. When I started working with realtors and I would go in and the focus was always on start with the legal, don't go to jail, don't do anything stupid, don't get the agents in trouble. But I found it fascinating that I talked to a young agent, maybe had their first showing, and they're all prepped up. They've got their notes and they're doing features and features. And they're walking into the house and the potential client looks over and says, gosh, I wish there was an apple tree here because the house reminds me of my grandmother's. And I wish we had an apple tree. That would make a difference. And the agent is still babbling about the new sump pump. What they should do is take a note, go to Lowe's, buy an apple tree and plant it in the front yard, because that's the emotional tick. You've got to understand, particularly in consequential purchases, it is 95 to at least 95% emotion. In real estate, financial assets, securities, there's a two-step process. Our primitive brain, our feeling brain loves looking at houses, loves anticipating what we're going to do with it. All of that, it's an amazing experience. But then you go to closure and it's different. That's all right brain stuff. That's all analytical. That's our thinking brain. And we don't like being over there. So I find it's amazing at the closing, you've got a lawyer there. You've got a team of people. They've got accountants and lawyers, and depending on the size of the transaction, it can take a long time. And your brain has to be able to go from this feeling brain, dopamine driven, I'm having a great time, I anticipate what this is going to be. It's going to be a bed and breakfast. We're going to do this. We're going to put a pool in. And the lawyer goes, we've got 5 inches of paper here. And all we're really basically saying is, it's your fault, not our fault. Sign here, initial here. That is a huge conflict. And our brains have trouble wrestling with that. Some people are good more on the sales side. Some are more good on the technical side. And where it comes together, you need to get your head around it. If you've got partners, you're all going to look at this differently. I found that happen a lot. And the behavioral piece, in my opinion, is the touch mark where you start. I tell people what I talk about is the piece that's missing from traditional sales. If the sale is high value, consequential, emotionally driven, and is going to take some time and there are legal consequences, you need to focus on what I'm talking about, because the rest of it's almost on autopilot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And how, like, what are some of the strategies you use to help people through these challenges?
Well, the book, that's one of the reasons I wrote the new book. It's really, it's 120 pages. It's easy. They actually got pictures. It's got exercises in there to help you do a couple of things. One, determine your values. What's important about money to you? There's an exercise there. What is your belief sets, the markers of your culture that explain why you think you need a pickleball court all of a sudden? I don't know. Then we talk about how you naturally behave with money. That's money temperament. Now, I have proprietary instruments that I use when I do coaching and training, but I have a couple of quick exercises in there to help you determine how you are with money. And I'll give you a quick one. Go to your calendar, go to your bank statement. Where you spend your time, where you spend your money is an indicator of your present values and your money temperament. We never talk about that. We always talk about goals.
Yeah.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
But how are you wired? From there, I want you to look at, and this is also in the book, how do you process information? I call it your money knowledge. Yes, you've got to have technical knowledge, but how do you process information? When it's important, if you're a visual learner, make sure you get pictures and graphs and colors. If you're auditory, make sure it's explained in a way that you can understand it. If you're tactile, man, go walk through the property. Go shake the hand of the contractor. Go meet the maintenance guy. It doesn't matter, but it always... in the financial industry, all the paperwork is oriented to one class of people, and that's digital thinkers.
Mm.
And on top of that, you generally never even read most of the paperwork. You're kind of there on faith. So you have to remember that it's your program, your money, your outcome. If it annoys that lawyer that is sitting there all day long just doing closers, and you say, no, I don't want you to read it to me. Show me. Give me a picture. It's your money. It's your program. It's going to be your piece of property. You're going to own it for the next 10, 20 years. You might as well get it right.
Absolutely. And I feel like this industry is challenging because you're not just dealing with your own behavior, but you're usually dealing with other people's behavior too, your clients,
Absolutely.
contractors, whatever that might be. Can you talk about how to interact with people in an effective way?
Yeah. Well, and you bring up a really good point culturally. Money in the United States, we make the assumption, and this is the way I was trained, that we are rational decision takers, that given enough facts and enough spreadsheets, I will take the right decision because it's just common sense. The challenge you have, subconsciously, we assume in a millisecond that everybody's wired the same way as us. We look through the world through our eyes, we process information our way, and in very complex situations, it's very easy to go into the default that said, everybody's just like me. And if I had $1 for every meeting I sat in with an advisor or a real estate professional that I wanted to jump over the table because the answer was somebody had a really good question. It was an emotional question. And they said, hey, let me rerun the numbers and it'll be okay. Well, not everybody relates to that. So the trick you have to do is you've got to have your head on a swivel, vet the professionals you're working with. Okay, if you've got a team of subs that you have on speed dial, if you remember what speed dial was, know who they are, get to know them, get to know how they're wired. Because if something goes wrong on a site, and it will, you have to know their natural temperament and their money temperament. And when you're taking shortcuts, it's going to come out eventually, and somebody's going to pay for them, either professionally, emotionally, or financially. What I have learned, you figure this stuff up front. Take the time to build your team. Build relationships. Don't focus all on the technical. I would rather have somebody that is very stable emotionally that I can work with, and we have a great relationship, that knows 80 to 90% of the technical stuff, because I can find that engineer that they'll only let out in public, to fix this one thing. Bring that person in, pay them, and get rid of them. But if you got a sub that's on the site and the next property owner is walking in or the potential buyer, and because of their behavior, their attitude, their relationship with money, and they have the potential of destroying the entire deal. That's reality.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is really great insight to, something that people don't really consider or think about, but it's so important within this industry for so many different reasons. Tell people where to find you, how to get involved with DreamSmart, and where to
Uh,
get your book as well.
yeah, the book is on Amazon. If you go to tedmclyman.com, that's my website, and it'll explain what I'm doing here. And I'll be honest, I've been doing this. This little enterprise is now 60 days old. So I built the website. It looks good. I've got the maces, but I've been doing this all my life. I've just on this new endeavor that I want to work with people who want to make it work and don't want to go through the 2 to 3 years rites of passage that I had to go through before I figured it out. It's avoidable. The common wisdom in most commerce is based on tech tools and techniques that I don't think are terribly appropriate in today's modern economy. We do things differently. We have different tools. And the tools allow you to leverage your behavior and your expertise in ways you never could before. So take that advantage, but you've got to learn how to do it. So, the book is available. It's on Amazon under Ted McLyman. It's in digital and paperback form. I will come out and talk to a tree with you if you want me to. I mean, give me a call. On my site, there's my booking calendar. If you want to talk to me about any of this, book a 30-second call, because I'm on a mission. I've been around so long and I've seen the bad side of money where it's devastating because somebody assumed or somebody had a different relationship, particularly with intergenerational transfers. Grandpa's there in the suit. Junior comes in a sport coat and his grandson comes in, in shorts once a week to pick up a check. And Grandpa's going, my entire real estate empire is going to go away unless I get this fixed. That's a behavioral problem. And you got to get in there quick and you got to get it fixed. The traditional way of doing it is not good. One of the things I do is I'll sit down with a family and we'll go through the whole behavioral profile. You'll see the differences, the overlap, and all of that. And it's often just simple things. Are you a natural spender or a natural saver? I don't care, but you need to know. And then the solution, which I have in the book, is called the money behavior system. It's values, temperament, thinking, and then a strategy that fits you. Instead of trying to bludgeon you into a behavioral set that doesn't fit you, because that's the way we've always done it, why not find out who you are and how you're wired, and then build a strategy around that? You're going to be happier. You're going to be more successful. Everybody's going to have a win-win, and you're going to learn some significant things about yourself and the people you're working with.
Amazing. Well, there's been so many amazing takeaways from this, and I imagine everyone's going to want to hear more about this. So thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate it. This is fun.
Yes, and thank you everybody for listening. Definitely go to tedmclyman.com. He's got a lot of knowledge to share, and it'll definitely impact your business in a very positive way. So we will see you back next time. Bye.
Perfect.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.